Lemon Salad, and I saw No Country for Old Men. It is directed by Joel and Ethan Coen, written by Joel and Ethan Coen, and if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This was requested by a Patreon. If you'd like to fast track movie review, you can do that at patreon.com/ASEPresents. On with the review. This movie starts with following a guy escape custody of a sheriff by taking one of these weird weapon things that doesn't shoot bullets. It just kind of shoots a big old rod. It does a little bit of a that kind of action. I don't remember what it's called. Let me know in the comments. If you're familiar with the cattle stuff, let me know, because that's used for cattle. It's used to execute cattle in a nice and safe way. And it induces a lot of bleeding. There's also this guy who's like, oh, I'm hunting, woohoo. Oh, I came across this deal gone bad, and there's a case of money. I'm just going to take it. And I'm like, somebody's gonna go after that money, dude. Something clearly happened here, and the money is just gone. Somebody's gonna chase after you. But he's like, all right, I'm going to take this money, I'm gonna take it to my trailer, and then he goes back home and he's hanging out with his wife. He's like, don't worry, I got a bunch of money. And she's like, ha ha ha, I doubt that. I'm like, you're doubting it? Well, go check the suitcase. But she never does. And he's like, you know, I feel a little bit strange about something. I feel like I have to go check something out. Let me just go back to the place. And it's like half a day has gone by. It was sunny and bright outside when he found the money. And then when he went back, it's like super pitch black. And so he goes down on foot, down to the crime scene. The person who was there pleading for water is dead. His head was shot through. And he's like, oh, well, what am I supposed to do now? And then he sees somebody at the top of the hill. It's a nice silhouette shot. And he had to leave his car at the top of the hill because it's like the way that the mountain is. He had to go down on foot. And someone slashes his tires, and then someone's coming down for him. And then like a bunch of dudes in a big old truck is like shooting at him, and he has to hide. I'm like, whoa, this is pretty intense. And he has to like run on foot. I'm like, man, I don't know how the heck he's going to escape this situation, but he somehow does. And I'm like, this is some massively good luck for him, but he's got somebody even of a bigger threat on his tail, and he has to just not go back to see his wife. There's dogs on his tail, but luckily he's walking through this river. I love this shot. There's just like a dog just paddling behind him, like was aggressively trying to get him. This dog is committed to getting this guy. Even down like fast river currents, he's like, I'm like, Jesus, dog, okay, chill out, dog. So he gets to surface, and the dog is surfacing as well. He gets on the shore, and the dog is like pouncing on him. And then he has to shoot the dog. It makes me sad, but you know, the dog was attacking him. You should shoot the dog at that point because he's attacking you. And he's like, oh, dang it. Well, I gotta get the water on my shoes, and I gotta get out of there. Is the only way he's able to leave and escape the people coming after him as he went down this river. And he has to get out of Dodge. And I'm like, oh boy. So he has to take the money, he has to leave his wife, and he has to go, right? And he did have his truck. It'd be so useful if he had a truck right about now, but his truck is not doing good. I guess the tires are oops. Also, so he has to like hitch a ride with somebody who takes him to the motel, takes a taxi. I love this way of how he like hides the money. He puts it in the vent, and then he puts like a little drawstring pulley thing to make it so he can easily grab it. And this guy is like hot in this guy's tail. He has a tracker within the suitcase so he knows exactly where he's at. Oh man, this guy with the money is like, I'm going to get a room on the other side of the hotel because this guy has like one of these devices that beeps whenever he's near the money. So he found the exact room where it's at. And it's like, oh boy, there's some tension building here. So the guy found the money. He's like, I'm gonna get the room across the way. You can hear what's going on in the room next to him, which is where his first room was, and it's like, okay, here it is. And also they share a ventilation system, so there's a nice beautiful tension moment where this guy pulls up, he kicks the door down, he shoots the people in there. There's like 3 people in there. I'm like, wow, where did all these guys come from? And then he's able to take the money, and it's like, I love the way that this is edited because it just really makes the tension go boom, big tension. And he's able to get the money, and I like how the guy coming after him figures out that it might be in the vent, and he's like, it's not here, but there is evidence that something was slid in the vent. So he's like, oh, this guy has escaped. This guy is like taking him to a place, and I'm like, you're at the whims of just a random person. I feel bad for you. He's also goes to this other hotel, he takes the tracker out, he leaves the tracker down there, and looks like this guy is like really hot on his trail. What's interesting about this guy is he just is so ruthless about killing anyone he encounters. Earlier in the movie, he's talking to this guy, this clerk man, and he's like, guess the coin. And this guy guesses the coin right. And he's like, cool, good, you're safe. And this freaking gas station guy is just so confused, and I'm just thinking, man, you don't know how close you were to dying, guy. You should be grateful. Woo! The guy chasing the other guy with the money, he's like, I'm gonna hire you, gas station clerk. And he does hire him in order to retrieve the money. And I'm like, ooh, this is getting real spicy. We're getting more and more people involved in retrieving the money. I just love how they're so close to the Mexican border. I love how easy it is to cross the Mexican border. They're right on the Mexican border, and this guy is just walking with the briefcase going through customs all bloodied up, and the security guy is just there sleeping, opens his eyes, takes a look at him limping, and he just falls back asleep. I'm like, wow, if only customs were this easy. Now, oh boy. So he throws the briefcase in between the gates to enter America and Mexico. There's like two gates, one to officially enter America / leave it, and one to officially enter Mexico / leave it. So he throws the briefcase, and then now he's in Mexico and he's having a handy dandy time. And this freaking guy, the ruthless man with the cattle gun, I'm gonna call it a cattle gun. He has this cattle gun, he also goes into Mexico. And what's fun is that he puts like a couple things into this car, and he like lights it on fire, and then it creates a big old explosion in front of this building. They're both injured, and like, I wanna see how they both deal with their injuries. The cattle gun man lights a fire in front of a pharmacy, and so he's able to distract everyone while he grabs stuff to tend to his wounds, and now he's kind of just chilling there, and he has to deal with the fact that he's got a ton of wounds, but he seems to be a professional at this, so it doesn't take that much time for him to stitch himself up, versus the other guy, he seems to be doing a more shoddy job, but he's doing what he can. He has whatever resources he has. Oh boy, tragedy strikes though. This man healing his wounds, he's like, hey, my wife, please, just take this money, just go, friggin' meh. You know, they have plans, and then someone calls her. The wife's mom is like, nice casual location, nice chat. Oh, here's the location, by the way, of the guy that you're looking for. Chat. And so they kill this guy, and I'm just thinking, man, I spent my entire movie watching this guy, and now he's dead. And it's likely that soon the wife will be dead. And so, of course, this guy is dead. The guy with the cattle gun goes to the freaking wife, and also cattle guns her too. But it's not shown. I like the impliedness of it. She goes home, and then the guy's just sitting in the chair. And then the next thing that's happened is he's walking out of the house. I'm like, no, they're dead. Oh no, why did he have to be there and grab that money? He should have just left it, man. He had to be greedy, and now his life is gone. No more life for him because he had to be greedy and have all of that money. And he's been spending that money while he's traveling too. Makes me sad. I like the end of the movie. This guy's like, hey, can I buy that shirt from you? Because his arm's broken. He buys a shirt off of a teenager and then gives him a ton of money. Gives the teenager a bunch of money. He's like, all right, goodbye. And he just like kind of walks off. I'm like, man, what a weird movie. It's so good because of the way the tension is built, but I'm also really sad. It seems like this guy with the cattle gun wins. And it just makes me think, this is a country not suitable for the old men. I guess you could say this is no country for old men. I like the acting of everyone involved. This really got me hooked, and this ended with so many questions. I have so many questions, but that's just how life is, I guess. This movie has left an emotional impact on me. It's something I'll think about forever. So I gotta give this movie, it's a solid like 8.3 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. The platform really likes that. If you want a fast track movie review, you can do that for $20 Dinos at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help with daily grindiness of all them daily movie reviews, go to this link tree, find the way you can help support the daily grind of all them daily movies. So go here. And until next time, I'm in Salad Saw. I'll see you later to my sour croutons and bacon bits.